Okay, let's ruffle shuffle and pull one from the House of Night and see what it has to say today. Okay, the topic is fragment. So we're going to pull out the card and read on fragment. Just see what they have to say. I know what I would say on it, but let's see what they have to say. Okay. Fragment. Sometimes it seems that life is split into so many parts, all of them separate and difficult to bring together. Family, friends, work, study, activities can all seem unrelated to each other. My child, you're always whole, even if at times things feel separate and fragmented. That is only an illusion. Choosing this symbol reminds you that all the moving parts of your life are important. If the one you're asking about seems confusing, focus on the one that brings you clarity. Be here now and know that I love you and see you as beautiful and whole, regardless of how disconnected things seem. Also remember to take a step back when you're trying to understand something. You may be looking at only one piece of a giant puzzle, a fragment of the truth. See the big picture through my eyes, and no matter what, all is well. So, see the big picture, okay? Can't see the forest for the trees, huh? Sometimes you need to step back and get a little perspective and understand that things are whole at the center of it. No matter how many HOLES you feel there are holes, there are no holes unless you create them yourself and keep holding them in place. If you really dig all the way down to the seed state of the divine is, you find out it's WHOLE. It doesn't have an HOLE. Yeah, healer. Healer. If you feel fragmented, then you need the healing. And the healing comes by digging deep and looking to find out that really, in the end, you are whole. Okay, yeah, you need to take action. And what's the action? You take the time and you dive deep. Okay, you take the time, you dive deep. It's like I say, you have to stop and watch the mind, watch the emotions, see what they're doing, see what you get the knee-jerk reactions to, and then question it, so you can see where the knots are and can cut them, okay? If you see where they stem from, then you can question it deeply. And again, if it's not something that is benefiting you, then it's an illusion of truth. If it's not freeing, if you're bound by it, then it's an illusion of truth. It's something you're believing that's true that's not true, okay? That's keeping you in this cage of your own making, okay? So the challenge is balance, getting enough roots, attainment, okay, putting those into place. Now you get the most roots and balance, again, when you start to look more deeply at what's there. And you see the things sometimes you've adopted in your life, and you find out that these things, again, They're not true. They're somebody else's belief. Whether they've been put in place by an old employer or a family or past life, it doesn't matter what it is. If you are, again, in some sort of suffering from it, and it's not freeing, it's not liberating, then it's an illusion of truth, which something that you take to be true. But if you look at it really deeply, you find out it's not true at all. Okay, it's something that someone has put out there that you've adopted in your life, and you've run your life around and made a soap opera, okay? And so it's time to make a change for that. So it's going forward, we have transformation, okay, and manifest, okay? And again, we come back to the butterflies, okay? So again, to have transformation and to manifest these things, you need to look deeper. Like this one is only half transformed. He's lost his head. Okay. Every time I come up on this one, I'm like, oh my goodness. In the midst of transformation. Okay. But again, it's something that one has to look deeper at in order to manifest and to find out that one is whole and one is not really fragmented. The fragmentations happen when you believe there are HOLES, holes in your life, instead of finding out that you are perfectly fine the way one is when one gets rid of all the mistaken notions and dramas that we hold in place, okay? And we've all had them. I know I had a lot of them in my life until I stopped and really looked at things and questioned it and went deeper and cut the knots and then found freedom, that we're always free. In fact, we're free to suffer as long as we're going to suffer, for as long as we hold erroneous notions in place as if they are valid, but we can come out of that, but we have to be willing to look and question and dig deeper into what is reality versus what we are accepting it to be, okay? So this is a pointing to look deeper. Look deeper. If you want that transformation, look and find out where you feel you have HOLES, holes, and stop and go back and look at where did this begin? Where did this hole, this taking away of myself, where did this begin? How did this begin? Where did these thoughts of imperfection and these thoughts of being less than or tearing it away at one to give you a less than substantial ego? And I don't mean being egotistical, that's not what I'm talking about. I'm just talking about being centered and whole, WHOLE, instead of feeling a fragment and having HOLES, okay? Same sounding word, but boy, are they different between night and day. So you want to come to WHOLE and let go of the HOLES, holes, because the holes are only there as long as we continue to validate them. And somebody else can try to put them on you all they want. Now, if you accept it, then you're going to have a difficulty. If you're not accepting of it and you know that this is their own illusion that they're trying to put on you, okay, then you can just like water off a duck's back. Or, as in my Raven's Tarot, water off a raven's back. You can just let it roll off and say, well, that's your opinion, okay? And good luck with that, but that's not the reality in my life, okay? You can have it be the reality in your life if you want to. Good luck with that. But I don't need to take that on. I'm not going to take it on. And, have a good life or not, up to you, okay? So I'm going to leave this here. But, the whole path is about, challenging your ideations, your belief systems, okay? Now, when you have Kundalini awakening, this basically puts it in your face, okay? So you can't get away from it. These things are going to challenge you, your belief system, and everything, every single facet of your life. It's going to come out and come up to be looked at, okay? So anyway, I'm going to leave this here. Hopefully this has aided somebody today that, it's always so good to hear back when people say, oh, this was what I needed to hear today. This was really of benefit. If it's not of benefit to you, not every single spiritual life message reading is going to affect every single person every day. It's just not, If it's something that affects you, that can aid you in your own journey going forward, then great, use it. If it's not, okay, in one ear and out the other. It's not ready for you this time. It's not for you this time, okay? So thanks for tuning in, love and light, and I'll see you online.